Hey guys, we're at Darkhorse Recording. We're going to take a little walking tour. Darkhorse Estates, it's kind of a multi-purpose complex, 4 studios in it, and it's about 8,000 square feet total. It's a very, very cool space, and you can kind of just wander off and get lost a little bit. I've been here 18 years, and I still, if I leave for a week and come back in, it's always sort of just like, I smell it. I feel the different energy when you walk into a space like this. So we're on the main floor here at the studio. We have 2 studios in this space. There's the Barefoot Studio, which has a session right now, so we can't go in. We kind of start records in the big studio and finish them out here very often. Nice big kitchen, dining room over here. If you look up, you can see all the way up into that tower up above us. As somebody's walking in and getting to see the space for the first time, I want everything to feel really comfortable and not just crowded with gear. Try to create an environment that just feels like you want to just kind of hang out there, and then you also get to make music along the way. You can see the wall of all the people who've done records out here. When I first showed up, it was just after Taylor Swift was here. I was assisting on Keith Urban and Tim McGraw. This was a huge Super Bowl hit. Dolly Parton was pretty recent. Robin Crow is the owner of this place. His entrepreneurship is sort of what has piece by piece built this up over the last 30 plus years. He was originally a touring musician, did thousands of shows. It opened for Yes and Peter Frampton, and had a family as well and kids, and kind of decided he wanted to get off the road. He's gone from have a studio to have a studio and residences to start a school. He's a force. You can't stop him. Here we are. This is the Lodge Studio. This is a Trident Series 80. This is a one of a kind. You'll never see another one laid out like this. Bunch of outboard gear, Neves, APIs. We try to keep some variety going. So you've got tube stuff, solid state, transistor, whatever. But the main draw here is always the space, the environment, the vibe. Typically, the way we lay this out is artists might be right here singing into a mic, and they get to just kind of be in the middle of the whole action. Usually guitars over here, and I have a booth in the corner over there that allows for isolation of maybe acoustic guitar or vocals if they want to be isolated. Our drum room here, and it's just about the only drum room in Nashville that has windows. So every drummer I know loves to record out here because they finally got a room with a view. A lot of studios do the no windows and no clocks thing, the Vegas approach of just like, let's get in here and work until it's done. And that's totally reasonable, but here you can see the trees, you can tell when the day is progressing, and that's a really nice thing. We're just kind of connected to nature and connected to reality. We have a lot of people's favorite piano in town, Yamaha C7, and then Leslie for the organ right here. In the closet is our machine room closet with computer and our OWC docks. We've got OWC docks in this studio and several others of our studios, as well as multiple drives floating around. I've found my Elektron that I carry as kind of my daily work drive. This is our mic locker, obviously very custom and one of many kind of unique things that we do here. Everything here is all rough cut timber. Upstairs is a lounge here just to kind of get away from things, but also it's a booth. I have mic cables up here, so if I want to, I can have another player up here, have a singer up here. I've done horns and strings up here, kind of whatever we need. The owner's office is in here, and we'll head up to the top of the building. So from up here, you can see this building over here is the owner's original home and the original studio on the right. And you can see his unique design approach and these big towers and the big stuff like this that you don't need for a recording studio, but why not? And these are our custom guitar chairs. And we've actually filmed quite a few little performance videos up here. I showed my wife around this for the first time many years ago. She saw the $1 million studio stuff and then came in here and said, oh, I love this. At the right time of day, you feel like Mufasa. We have a couple rooms downstairs, mostly get used for writing and production. And so I think that's what's happening right now, is a couple people working in here, building out tracks. And then another small writing room in here. At the moment, we also host a music business class that meets downstairs in this space. And then we have a songwriting class that meets in the evening. So they spread out and get to write around here every night. Darkhorse Institute came out of the studio. The owner has always kind of had a heart for training people up and getting them out into the industry. And we train in studios. They're immersive, so you're always in a studio. You're always learning because you need to know it tomorrow because the artist is showing up. We try to make it as real and hands-on as it can be. That's been a super fun journey for me to kind of mentally transition from doing to teaching and then back to doing again. And it keeps me always on my toes. Darkhorse, from its inception, was designed to be different than all the other studios around town. There's so many boxes around town that are great studios, really cool, great gear, great microphones, and they make good music. But the owner of Darkhorse tried to build just a really comfortable space for himself, and people started coming in and just enjoying it and spending a bunch of time here. And he realized that that was going to be the thing that made Darkhorse special. It wasn't going to be gear and consoles and microphones. That's important, but it was the experience of the people in the moment and helping them find their creative flow by being in a space that just feels very much like you're on vacation or it's a retreat and you get to come out here and just be creative